Yeah, I thought maybe I should make this video because it's been some time since I made the last one. What's good about making a video like this is that I can see the back of the camera in the mirrors. I could tell if it's really working. Can you imagine if I were to make the video and the camera wasn't working? When you make the camera like this, when I make the video like this, nobody's holding the camera. See, I could turn the camera now. You can see that by looking in the mirror, I can see if the camera is working because it says record. So anyway, today is December 26th, 2015, and I thought maybe I could make some money off doing some kind of a reform, but I haven't made anything yet. But just kind of the situation goes, and people do certain things, like I heard stories of people being basketball players, football players, because they grew up in a situation in which, as kids they might have practiced a lot. But I don't know, this clothes I have on, if you can see, it's kind of difficult to really get a good picture. Maybe if I do the camera on the mirrors, it's a little bit better. Obviously the mirror is a little bit dirty, I gotta wipe it clean. But Facebook recently it's not working good. My sister said I have malware virus in the computer. Anyway, today's December 26th, 2015, day after Christmas, or I think it's 2 days after Christmas, or December 27th, I guess. Yeah. Today's Sunday, I think December 27th. Is it? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's Sunday, December 27th. But, anyway, I put this camera on. I think the battery's good in it. Let me check. It's not really telling me how strong the battery is. It's not telling me that it's weak, though. But I don't remember the last time I charged this battery on this camera. But you can see it in the mirror, I think. Yeah, you can see the camera. Anyway, like I said, how old am I? 45. So, I just, have this situation in which I thought I could do a reform. So, but sometimes when they have like fundraisers and stuff, like telethons, they have like people who they bring on the show to help with the fundraiser. Sometimes they bring people who sing and stuff, but sometimes I do I made up this martial arts system because it was too expensive to go to school. So I just kind of like watched movies and kind of acted out the moves. I think it's pretty good, but you kind of have to have a lot of land, to do it. Where I live, it's not very easy to do it. It seems to affect people who start doing karate outside, but they go to the park or something. But anyway, that was the thought, that maybe you know, do some karate moves and stuff. But, yeah, I don't really have anybody to hold the camera, so. But it would have to be, like, probably somewhere, like, at a park, do karate moves, but I don't know. But anyway, I was thinking about it, and, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and every time something goes on, you know, it's like stuff on the news, stuff like that. You know, it doesn't have to be the news. I mean, I could be like, you know, going to the newsstand and seeing like they have like a free copy of something called Excelsior. It's in Spanish, but it'll say what, you know, goes on in the headlines. But I mean, you can see it all the time. You know, it's like you know, if you put on the news or if you put on the TV, you'll see stuff. I mean, people make money in certain ways. You know, you can get a job and stuff. It's just kind of like, you know, it's like a guy I could be telling me that he became a lawyer because his dad was a lawyer, or just the way the family was set up. You know, the father and the mother, they're always pressing for the son, you know, they wanted him or her to, you know, go to college. And, so, you know, the children or whatever it is, a child or children, depending if they have more than one child, went to college and got a degree because the parents, you know, created an atmosphere so that they could go to college. So, you know, my mom, she passed away on the July 17th. 2015, and so it's difficult for me to cope with that. So I have to, I'm still grieving and mourning about it, and I have other things I have to do too. So, but one thing, you know, is that I thought was kind of entertaining was, and I do that a lot, is I post, you know, some like the songs and the lyrics of songs on the Facebook. On my page, like I said, Facebook, I had, like right now, I'm not even able to delete things on the pages. Like today's December 27th, 2015, and I can't even delete it. Like I can't delete the page. I can't like change the name of the page. I can't even post on my pages. My sister said it's a virus, like it's a malware, but, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure. I got this phone. I thought maybe, you know, it'll work on the Facebook or something. It seems like maybe it could work. I don't know, but it just seems like Facebook might have something to do with it. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I'm only able to access the Facebook by the Internet Explorer, but so anyway, like I said, I could use, like, if I could make like $4 million, it would be nice. I would like maybe $5 million or $6 million, but people, you know, when they hear something like that, they start to laugh because they think, well, everybody would like to make money, especially, you know, $5 million. Well, who wouldn't want to make that kind of money? I mean, but you know, it's I always thought about it, and you know, it's sometimes when you study a lot of stuff, you wonder if you can make money off what you studied. If you go to college and get a degree, if you get a degree that's like marketable, like for instance, if you get a medical doctor degree, you can work as a doctor. You know, there's dentist, optometrist, there's lawyer, doctors, you know, whatever. The lawyer degree is a Juris Doctor degree, but for some reason I just kind of like to study stuff. You know, it's like study whatever. And when I studied whatever, I always thought maybe, you know, is there a way to make money off this stuff? You know, it's like I study this, I study that, And so, that was before too. I mean, it's like after my mom died, I got a little bit depressed, and it's not like, oh yeah, I want to run out and make reform movements and stuff, but it still kind of lingers. The idea, if I could make some money, it would be really nice. But I mean, it's just got to go back to it. That if I thought I could make money off a reform movement before my mom died, it could eventually come back and say, well, I could still use the money because I'm still poor. So anyway, I kind of got bored, and I was thinking, well, sometimes when you get bored, sometimes you like to watch movies, but about watching movies, they're kind of technical, and they're not as pleasing as maybe as some other kind of things. It's been pretty popular that people listen to music as a pastime, and me being 45 years old, I tend to remember times when I used to listen to music a lot more than I do now. I mean, I wouldn't mind listening to music now. When I go to nightclubs, I listen to music. I mean, I like to go to Hispanic nightclubs, but I haven't been going recently. That's why I was, emphasizing that if I was a little bit richer, then maybe I could have less problems. But anyway, if I go to the nightclubs, there's just one I like to go to sometimes called La Mirage. It's in La Mirada, or not La Mirada, it's in Artesia on Pioneer, and it's a 91, but I haven't been going to that one. It's an 18 and over club. When you go to clubs, they play these kind of songs, but I don't mind posting them if I know the name of the song. But anyway, there was just one song, for example, it's called Man Eater by Harold Hall and John Oates. And what caught my attention about it is recently is when I pushed lyrics on the search engine, I kind of the lyrics kind of caught my attention. They make kind of sense. So I used to listen to this song before, but I think I have bad hearing, so I kind of just mumbled the words. It's kind of silly, but you still remember how well the song sounded when you hear it. So even though I didn't get the words right, back when the song came out, or even over the years, but I just started to use the computer. I learned that you can get the I used to call them words, but they're actually lyrics. So I used to not really. Sometimes I would ask my sister, if she knew the words, but she seems to hear the words. But they're called lyrics. But as I learned to use the computer more, then I figured it's easier. It's pretty nice to be able to get the words for the songs. Just back in the 80s or whatever, 90s, there would always be songs, and I didn't have no computer and stuff back then. I heard the internet came out not even in 90, it was 94, but anyway, the reform is kind of complicated, and it's harder now because Facebook seems to have blocked me, so I can't really post too much. It's like when you write a book, you expect it to be there. On my profile, if I type something in, it's just going to go down. It gets pushed down, it doesn't really get saved. Not like Pages, in which you can just pull the page up and see what you wrote and add to it. It's not like that, so it's a lot harder. I don't think Facebook really is interested in my book or reform, so I mean, I wrote to Facebook, but they didn't write to me back, so I guess, I figured that they just don't like me posting on it. Now, sometimes, I like to make jokes because it gets boring. You can only make a reform if people are interested. I post my ideas, but it gets boring. So sometimes I'll like to joke on Facebook, but you can't just have you ever heard of that on The Shining? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. If all I do on Facebook is post about reform, it gets boring. How many times can you say something? I said it once about the same thing about 1 million times over. More than 1 million times over, like 2 million times over, 3 million times over. And it doesn't really go anywhere. It's just difficult, but it's sad, like if things happen in the nation and the world and you don't get remedied. I see a lot of revisions and other things, it's like there's revisions on many things, like phones and computers. When they first start out, they're not like advanced, and when anything first starts out, it's incredible to people that it's been like an invention, a discovery, and then people build on that invention and the discovery, they improve it, and it improves the quality of life, for people. So it could be anything. It could be like for example, I was just studying about like the toilet, and they said that they had ways of using seals on the toilet, like something like about the wax ring was relatively new. It creates a seal, and then there was some other things too. It wasn't really, on my mind to really discuss the improvements of a toilet, but it's just an example that people revise the products over years, and the revisions create better functioning. Or, like, for instance, they were talking about that the toilets use less water than they did when they first came out and stuff. They were saying about Scandinavia, they used 1.6 gallons, and how they used to use in the United States 3.4 gallons or something. And then in the 70s in the United States, they mandated 1.6 gallons, something like that. So, they improve things. Things get improved. But, I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of things, but like to make this video and stuff. But anyway, what I wanted to do before I go was, like I said about that song, Man Eater, it's nice, I post the video and stuff. I post other songs too. I posted about Boy George, Karma Chameleon and stuff. The song for me is hard to hear, the words. So when I looked at the lyrics, I kind of thought, the lyrics, the words, they were suitable, and using that, I made, decisions that maybe it's good enough to post the video, the song on there, because I thought the lyrics were good enough. But, it's not just the lyrics, it's also the video. But I'll post newer songs, but they got to come to my attention. If people were to bring them to my attention, I would post them. Like if they, like, let's say for instance, they made a comment on one of my posts, and they said something like, why don't you post this song on your Facebook? We think, or I think it's better than the song you're posting. Then I would write on a remark, thanks for letting me know about it. If I did or I didn't know about it, I might have heard the song but not know the name. But either way, it would help. And then maybe I'll just go on YouTube and look into that song, maybe look up the lyrics, and from there I would say, well, it's a pretty good song, and then I would go ahead and post that on Facebook. So things can happen that way. People can recommend that I post a certain song, but I don't really get a lot of recommendations. I'm not even sure if I got any at all. Sometimes I'll get ideas if I go on other people's Facebook. Sometimes I'll get like suggestions or something. People you might know. Facebook always has suggestions, and they offer people on the side. There's something like on the side, like a news or advertisement, and Facebook, they seem to have like advertisements going vertically and then horizontally, and up and down and sideways. There's like friend, something called suggested friends. So sometimes that gives an opportunity to click onto that profile, and if that profile has a song that's interesting, I would post it. Like I said, you can see how this setup is done here, how I'm in my bathroom, and then if I turn the camera, you can see the mirror. If you see how the mirror is, I'm in front of the mirror, so I can see the back of the camera. It says, record, and it's not showing me that the battery is low. I can't see the battery indicator, so I'm assuming that since I can't, it's like I have a lot of things to do, and I don't have all day. I like to study everything, like how the camera works, whether or not I can see the measurement that the battery on the camera, how much electricity is left in it, but I just can see that it's not showing me anything at all. Well, sometimes when I post these videos, I like to put them on YouTube, because I used to put them on Facebook, and Facebook would do something like I thought was very not nice. Like they would like something. It's been a while because I haven't done that. Posted it on Facebook, like downloaded it on Facebook, because somehow there's an interruption, and then you have to do the whole video all over again. So anyway, I wanted to do this song because I thought it would be part of the publicity, because I figured that in order for people to trust someone, they should connect with that person, because it's like I was thinking about who else could be in the place running a reform, and when I thought about that and I looked for someone, I couldn't really find somebody that was suitable, that I could post on my Facebook as a mentor, or someone who could be in that position in which they make a reform. It's like one thing about the Islam is that there's a lot of terrorists. I think that shouldn't happen, and I think that God should make a revision so that things like that don't happen. Religion shouldn't be in which there's any tyranny or force or any kind of violence. And I think that when they say radicalism and all that stuff, and they say Islamic law, and I think it's coming from justification in which they say, well, the Quran said something that justifies it, and I think that something like that should be revised, in which there is when it comes to the Quran, there should be a limit in which people they don't go beyond, like there's like a limit. And if there's something in the Quran that makes it possible to exceed that limit, then that's what I'm questioning. Is like radicalism and terrorism in the name of like Islam can only happen if people are able to say, well, look, it's written here in this book called the Quran, so it's got to be justifiable because it's written in that book. And if that's what's causing it, it seems like to stop things like that from happening, there should be a revision. And that's why I was thinking, God should have a prophet. He did have one. They're saying it's Muhammad was the first prophet. I was thinking a second type of prophet should, be sent to revise so that there's limits. It gets kind of scary to see all that violence, and so you call it radicalism and stuff. It's kind of like, religion shouldn't be like it's like Adolf Hitler, how he was making it like a race war. It seems like something similar like Adolf Hitler could come out of this type of idea of radicalism, in which the limit is exceeded on peacefulness in religion, and it's used like a form of racism, and it could be turned into like tyranny and stuff. Like Hitler was a tyranny situation, and he was doing it in the name of racism. Like what happened with the Jews, and he was attacking the Russians and the British and all the countries that were surrounding his nation. And the idea of what the radicals are doing with Islam is something similar. They seem to like be very like annoyed with people who are not doing the Quran. Is similar the way Hitler was annoyed if they weren't if they weren't his race, like German race. He seemed to like want to do away with people like he did with the Jews. And it seems to be established that that's something like not correct. The concept of Hitler is it's not correct. And even General Eisenhower, who was a general at the time, he said that the Germans were criminals. So it seems to be when people exceed a certain limit, it becomes like kind of a crime on humanity. And Hitler didn't justify his actions by a book or religion or Quran or anything. He just kind of did it himself. It wasn't in the name of religion, but the concept, whether it's in the name of religion or in the name of race, it still goes down to what Eisenhower says, that he thought the Nazis were criminals. So the question is radicalism of Islam is kind of like a similar concept with what Hitler was doing. Just imagine if like that those people who call themselves the ISIS, if they have the same power Hitler does, like they're a nation. They even said that they would do the exact same thing Hitler, did. So it's just like a matter if they establish a nation or not, and they're trying to establish a nation. So it would be a nation that would be similar to Hitler. Hitler, he didn't want he didn't want the Jews, so it's like a race thing. So the radical Islam nation, or ISIS, so they wouldn't want other religions and whatever else, they say they don't want. And it wouldn't be just like a nation that's like any other nation. It would be a nation in which that would have serious issues like Hitler had. So, but anyway, before I go, I wanted to do this song because I thought it was important for publicity, because I figured that in order to get like people to, I saw this movie or this video about Michael Jackson. I could see others. There's heavy metal videos in which there's a lot of like audience, and I noticed that a lot of rock singers have a big audience. So, in order to try to get fans and an audience, I thought I would maybe throw in something entertaining. Like I said, it's I think martial arts is entertaining, and weightlifting and stuff, but it's difficult to get that to happen. I would have to fix the camera up on like a piece of land, and then act out the moves. But anyway, well, let's do this then as a test run, and then we'll see what we can do with well, yeah, let's do it as a test run, because it's been a while since I've done this before. So let's see how it'll come out. Okay. She only comes out at night, lean and hungry. Yeah, I forgot the words already. Let me try again one more time. She only comes out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. Watching, waiting. If you're looking for love, you ain't gonna get it. That's like I said, it's I gotta start over again. One more time. Okay. Anyway, this song is Daryl Hall and John Oates' Man-Eater song. I thought maybe I should do this because, like I said, I need $5 million, so I thought maybe it's publicity. But the song is, supposed to be for the reform, to get people to see my ideas, and it's about revision, about crime prevention, and it's not exactly about the song. That's just for entertainment, but it's about that changes should be made to prevent things from happening, crime and evil, world war. There should be changes made, and I recommend those changes. I don't get a lot of feedback though, but I mean, if people run the government the same way, nothing will change. But if changes are made, then it's like they said that the toilets showed up at trade shows after the Scandinavians, were using 1.6 gallons instead of the 3.4 gallons. And then eventually the United States adopted 1.6 gallons. So it's it's the trade shows, they give an opportunity for people to see products and try to make use of those and improve them and market them and sell them. So if you compare the toilet to the reform would be like an idea that could be incorporated, and society would benefit, because there would be, less crime, and there wouldn't be problems if there was revisions, because in order to solve problems, you have to, get to the bottom of things, and that's when you are able to solve the problem. If you just struggle with the problem, it's not really going to go away. So, I mean, they revised the toilet, and, you know, like I said, they didn't use wax seals before. They used to use, like, plumber's putty, and they said that would harden over time to seal the toilet to the ground, and they used to use 4 bolts, according to a book I was reading. By Creative Plumbing, and so now they use only 2 bolts. So, you know, it's been revised. Things are revised. The automobile has been revised since it first came out. But anyway, let's finish this song, because I gotta do a lot of things. Don't got a lot of time, but I just recently decided to make the song because I thought, you know, to sing the song because, you know, like I said, I get bored, and there's not a lot of things to do. I mean, like I said, if I do karate, I need to go to a park, and, you know, I think also, but it's not just that. I got a lot of things I got to do, so I end up getting bored. But let's try it again. You know, I got to practice this thing. It's hard to remember. You know, I read it a lot, but let's just do it again. Okay. She only comes out at night, lean and hungry, tired. Nothing is due. I've seen her here before. Watching, waiting. If you're looking for love, you ain't gonna get too far. Forgot the words now. Remember, what's the next word? You know, it might be better to have the words in my hand, because I don't remember them for some reason. I guess it's called practice. Alright. Gonna have to do it with the words in my hand, because I keep forgetting the words. But you know, just kind of like for entertainment or something. Because obviously it's not really about the song. It's about like the reform. You know, that's what it's about. That's just like something silly, singing the song. It's not like something big. It's not a big issue. I mean, for Daryl Hall and John Oates, of course, it was an issue because of their song. But something silly like singing a song that someone else had done, just like something a little bit silly. But you know, it's a matter of connecting with people. Like I said, Martin Luther King, he led a reform for the blacks, so that there would be civil rights. So it's, you know, it's like if he never led the reform, then they wouldn't have passed the Civil Rights Act, and that helped a lot of discrimination be stopped. Let's see if I can do it then, because I gotta get going. Alright. She only comes out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. Watching, waiting. If you're looking for love, you ain't gonna get too far. So many are fake to see. What you think you're getting for free? The woman is wild, and she got tamed by this perfect jaguar. Money's the matter. If you're looking for love, you ain't gonna get too far. Obviously, you can see I made a mistake. On the first part, it wasn't supposed to be, if you're in it for love, you ain't gonna get too far. That's for the second one. You gotta start again. Obviously, it's kind of like karate or something. You gotta keep practicing to get the words right. It's not a lot of words there, but anyway, let's go ahead and do it one more time then. I got a lot of things to do. She'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. Watching, waiting. Oh, she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. Yeah, obviously there's not a lot of lines here, but I keep not remembering I'm quick enough. She'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. Watching, waiting. Oh, she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. So many have paid to see what you think you're getting for free. The woman is wild, that she can't tame by the put of the jaguar. Mind over matters. If you're looking for love, made a mistake again. If you're in it for love, you ain't gonna get too far. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, yeah. The lyrics are supposed to say, watch out, boy, but I think I wanted to change that. Instead of saying, watch out, boy, I thought, watch out, or she'll chew you up sounds better for me. But I think Daryl Hall, he has some kind of an accent or something. He seems to, how it comes out when he sings it probably sounds different than how it comes out when I sing it. Like I said, it's just for silly, the song, Man-Eater. Instead of saying, watch out, boy, say, watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. I wonder if I were you, I'd do what you can do. She's deadly, man. She could really tear your world. She could really tear your world apart. Yeah, it's not like a normal choir or something here. It's a matter of extending the words out. And she could really rip your world apart. Mind over matter. Let's see, the other one is money. What's the matter? Money's the matter. Money's the matter. If you're in it for love, you ain't gonna get too far. And this one is mind over matter. Oh, the beauty is there, but a beast is in the heart. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. I went to the cemetery yesterday. I was practicing this a little bit. My sister, she kind of videotaped it. I don't know if I would download that one, but yeah, it gets a little. There's not a lot there, but I think the more you practice it, the more, it's kind of like tennis or ping pong. Kind of get the hang of it, kind of like playing poker or something. You gotta kind of like practice it a lot. But I think it affects the voice too when you're practicing and something like that. I mean, people sing a lot, like when they go to church, they sing. There's church songs that sing, but I think it sounds a lot different when you like sing a song like this. She'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing is due, I've seen her here before. Watching, waiting. Oh, she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. So many have paid to see what you think you're getting for free. The woman is wild, she got tamed by the purr of the jaguar. Money's the matter. If you're in it for love, you ain't gonna get too far. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. for you. I know what she can do. She's deadly, man. She can really rip your world apart. That line is not easy to do. She could really rip your world apart. I think the apart word is what you gotta practice apart. And she could really rip your world apart. Sounds like the same like a sheep cat tamed by the purr of the jaguar. The jaguar is the same as apart. The jaguar, he seems to drag the word on. Kind of like when you have like a smartphone or a touch screen in which you drag things. You know, click on and drag. You gotta drag the words. She could really rip the world apart. See how it's drag this kind of like unconventional singing. And mind over matter. Oh, the beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart. That one's a good line. Oh, the beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart. Oh, here she comes. Watch out or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. I'll do it one more time and then that's it. I don't know. I heard Elvis, he did a lot of takes on a lot of his songs. And so did Michael Jackson. They did a lot of takes. I think takes are like practice. A take is like when you repeat a scene or a song over and over and over and over and over, trying to get the right one, and then you have to constantly listen to the same song that you sang over and over and over, and then you pick out the one you think sounded the best. I think it gets a little bit tricky, but this song, the Man-Eater song, it kind of appeals to me because it's about a girl that is out of the reach of a guy, and the guy has his options with her. If he wants to like mingle and associate with her, whether or not he knows that it's not a truthful relationship, and that he just most likely is misled unless he has an understanding that it's not for real. And if he understands it's not for real, then it won't be a problem. It's kind of like a temporary job or something. If a woman was like pregnant and she had to go for leave of pregnancy, that's a new law that they have now, and the person was hired, to take her place, or a strike breaker or something, like a temporary employment agency in which you don't like really have the job. You're just a temporary because somebody had to go somewhere on vacation or something. So a man-eater could be the same. I mean, it's just like she only want to know you. That movie, The Minnie's First Time, the girl, she was doing bad things to that guy Martin in that movie, Minnie's First Time. But let's just maybe do it one more time, and then we'll go ahead and call it, because I got a lot of stuff to do. But anyway, she'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry tide. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. Watching, waiting, oh, she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. So many have paid to see. What do you think you're getting for free? The woman is wild, a she cat tamed by the purr of the jaguar. Money's the matter. If you're in it for love, you ain't gonna get too far. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. I wonder if I were you, I know what she can do. She's a deadly man. She can rip your world apart. You know, something about that line is I didn't say the word really. I wonder if that's better. And she could rip your world apart. It sounds a little bit better than. And she could really rip your world apart. I think the really drags on the line because you have to drag on the world apart, and it really doubles it up. If you take out the word really, like I took out watch out boy, the watch out or she'll chew you up, it seemed to sound better than if I said watch out boy. So if I say and she could rip your world apart, I'm not sure. So anyway, let's go to the next line. Mind over matter, oh the beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart. One more time. Mind over matter, oh the beauty's there, but the beast is in the heart. Oh here she comes, watch out or she'll chew you up. Oh here she comes, she's a man-eater. Oh here she comes, watch out or she'll chew you up. Oh here she comes, she's a man-eater. Oh, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. If you want to send me some money, not for the song, but for the reform, I live 7100 Cerritos Avenue, number 33 for now. I've been here for 11 and a half years, but, you know, I do need the money, so I would like to have millions. My address is 7100 Cerritos Avenue, number 33. Make sure you put 33 down. Remember, this is about the reform, not about the song. The song is just to connect, so people trust. I mean, if they don't trust the President of the United States, then how can he be president? I would like to lead a reform. People trusted Martin Luther King. I need them to trust me too. Anyway, 7100 Cerritos Avenue, number 33, Stanton, California, 90680. I do have a cell number, 714-249-5027. Like I said, I need millions of dollars just for me, because that's what I feel I need, millions of dollars. People might laugh and say, what kind of request is that? Well, you know, there's people who are making that and a lot more. And I think leading a reform should be paid the same like those people are paid. Like professional baseball players, professional football and basketball players, you know, rock singers, actors get paid a lot of money. Leading a reform should be just the same. It saves lives, it prevents a world war, and it's just like I said about the toilet. It revises old ways so that the new ways create a better way of life for people. Like what I put on the TV, there's problems all the time. My email, chriscandelaria69@yahoo.com. I mean, if they wanted to give me a television show or a talk show or parts in a movie as a way of making money, because I need a lot of it. I don't think if I worked for minimum wage, it's going to work out. It's got to be a lot of money. And, you know, I see people making that kind of money all the time. It's usually actors and stuff. But, you know, there's a lot of ways for people to make money. But, anyway, like I said, the address is 7100 Cerritos Avenue, number 33, Stanton, California, 90680. It's in the United States. The United States did good during World War II. So that's why I'm emphasizing the United States should be the spearhead in reform. It was the United States who helped the world in World War II. It should be the United States who helped the world during this time of the need for revision for old ways and the way things are done. I don't think they're productive. I mean, the ways things are going now, there's so much problems, with crime, whether it's radical Islam, jihad, or if it's just crime that you see on TV every day. All these things, in my opinion, and I think God would agree with this, they shouldn't really happen. And why they're happening raises, a lot of questions. And without somebody like leading a reform like Martin Luther King, there would never be any Civil Rights Act. Without someone, it started with Rosa Parks on the bus. She didn't want to get up. She didn't want to give her seat up. She was arrested. Martin Luther King spoke up for her. They did the Montgomery bus boycott. They did marches. They went through a lot of problems. I don't know if I want to go through that kind of problems, but, with me, it's like, I just want money. But, Martin Luther King had a lot more heart. But still, like I say, if you can get someone better than me, then go ahead. But like I said in the beginning, before I started this camera running, I said I looked for someone who might be doing a reform for a long time, and I still look, and I don't see anybody really doing a reform to improve, revise old ways. So anyway, now I see the battery signal is a little bit flashing, like the battery's low on the camera. So anyway, go ahead and go ahead and send me money if you want. ChrisCandelaria69yahoo.com, 714-249-5027, 7100 Cerritos Avenue, apartment 33, Stanton, California, 90680. That's the United States. Make me rich like those famous actors, like John Wayne, like Clark Gable, like Frank Sinatra, like Elvis Presley. Make me rich like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's a little bit nutty, though. He doesn't have a good reputation. But his wealth is nice. I would like to have money like Michael Jackson. All right. Make me wealthy.